there, Miss Huxtables. I've been getting a lot of messages and comments recently in relationship to sew-and weaves, and so I thought it'd be great to do a series talking about my discoveries in my hair journey using sew-ins. So in order to make it easier for viewing, I think I'm going to make it up in 4 parts. So the first part is going to be the why, and that's this video. I'll discuss why I started using sew-ins, my motivation, my thoughts behind it. Part 2 is going to be how. So I'll talk about how I cared for my sew-in. I get a lot of questions about that, like how long I left my sew-ins in, how I cared for my hair while it was in sew-ins, what kind of hair I used. So that'll be part 2. Then part 3 will be pros about sew-ins. So I'll talk about all the positive or upsides that I think are the benefit of using sew-ins. And then part 4, I'll talk about the cons, or the things that can potentially go wrong or be problematic. And that's because I just think, for me personally, in terms of feeling responsible, I don't want to just give positives or things that successfully worked for me without also sharing stories or things that I know that can go wrong if not done properly or in certain situations. So I just feel that that's the right thing to do. So part 1, let's get started. Why? So during my hair journey, and if you haven't watched my hair journey in pictures, you can watch that video as well, and I'll be doing one where I talk through and I tell my truth and my story about my hair journey on a deeper level coming soon. But I had started grad school when senior year of college, I had done the big chop. I had cut my hair, all the relaxed ends off so that I could wear my hair curly, because I had to take, at Howard University in the College of Arts and Sciences, you had to take swimming in order to graduate. And so if I knew that if I was having to get in the swimming pool twice a week, there was no way I was going to be putting heat on my hair trying to straighten it twice a week. So I just wanted to do wash and goes. I wanted to wear my hair curly, but I still had relaxed ends. And no judgment at all here about transitioning, but transitioning, and I had done that for years prior, it can be very difficult if you want to wear your hair in a wash and go. So like I would do roller sets and rock those, and they looked awesome, but the thing is, I was not trying to spend time roller setting my hair twice a week either. I was trying to create like minimal time doing my hair in minimal heat. So when I would try to do wash and goes, half my hair would be like really pretty coils, and then the rest of it would just be like, I don't know any other illustration other than this. They would just be like thin, stringy, limp looking ends, and it just looked like that hair was like all limp, and then the hair at the top was like big and curly, and it just looked horrible to me. I really did not like it. So I eventually just went ahead and got a big chop. For those of you that live in DC, I can't even remember the name of the salon because I only went to it that one time, but it was in Silver Springs, and I did the big chop and I loved it. I'll make a video separately about my big chop experience because it was very emotional and beautiful. So then I started grad school. I moved to Philadelphia. I started grad school at Temple University. And when I started grad school, I was just over my hair. I was very overwhelmed in terms of I was teaching, I was doing schoolwork, I was in a new city, I just had so much going on that I did not have the time to care for my hair the way that I needed to. And I'm not putting in any digs about natural hair at all. I love my natural hair. I will never go back to being relaxed personally. However, it does take time. And if you're like starting school or you have to be realistic about your lifestyle and how much time you have to do your hair. So I was just over it. I was like, I don't want to have to deal with my hair. I don't want to have to do my hair. I want a low maintenance routine. And sew-ins for me were just the easiest and best option. And the reason why I chose sew-ins is, in terms of braids, in my family, genetically, even my cousins, my male cousins and my sisters, my mom, we have, I'm not sure what this area of the hair is called on the sides, but on our edges, the two like side temple areas tend to be really thin, and it's not so much anymore. Like I've been growing it back pretty well, but this is not as a result of heat or anything, just genetically in our family, like that area is very thin. And so I hesitated throughout my life to get like individual 2 strands or braids or things, because obviously like you have to braid all the way on the ends, and this hair on my head is extremely gentle, and I was scared of having a receding hairline. And sometimes when people get their braids done too tight, whether it be cornrows or individuals, the hairline will start to recede because you're putting a lot of tension and pressure and weight on these little delicate hair pieces along your edges to do braids. So, and I'll talk about it in the pros section later, with a sew-in, you can do a horseshoe, like leave this hair out here, then you can also leave your edges out, and that allows for that hair that's kind of the most tender and weak, and you want that hair to stay strong, you want to have a good hairline. It allows that hair to stay out, whereas the rest of the hair is braided. So that was one of the reasons why I definitely wanted to get a sew-in, and also just because of the versatility of a sew-in. I could wear my hair curly, I could wear it straight. The majority of my hair was braided up and I didn't have to deal with it. So I really picked up like running. I started running like 2 or 3 miles once or twice a week. I loved Zumba classes. If you're in Philly and you're interested in Zumba, you can message me because I know of a great Zumba place. I started doing that like 2 or 3 times a week, and I would be like dripping sweat. And once again, sew-ins, it was great because it allowed me to have an active lifestyle while still trying to transition and maintain with like school and work, and not having to constantly worry about my hair. So that is why I chose sew-ins. It was a great break for me and a great relief. And also on a very truthful note as well, I think sometimes it's important to evaluate in your journey if you get to a point where you just feel either you're overwhelmed and you don't have time, or you just feel fed up. Because I think sometimes it's great to have a break. Whatever protective style you choose, whether it be braids or Senegalese twists, like sometimes you just need a break. It's like, I'm tired of detangling this. I just need a break. And knowing that about yourself and accepting it and finding a style that allows you kind of that in between time to just kind of regroup and re-energize, because there can be great as protective styles in terms of allowing you to retain length. And also it's good to know, like, if I get so overwhelmed with my hair and I don't take the time to gently detangle, I will suffer from hair breakage because I'm ripping the comb through it, because I'm running low on time, I'm running low on energy, and I'm over it. And so I'd rather braid it up and have it be protected and in a protective style than to be just feeling overwhelmed and inconvenienced by my hair every day and ending up damaging it because I'm not taking the time to detangle, I'm not taking the time to tie it up at night or do whatever I need to manage it in between while I'm wearing it out. So those are just my kind of tips or my motivation for why I got or started getting sew-ins. Next I will go to the how, so watch part 2. Bye!